Alright, hello everyone. This is going to be my first Minecraft video ever, so bear with me, but alright, I'm going to show you around my server. So, here's the boat dock where you're going to spawn. Right now this isn't the spawn that we're using, but that's because this one's ugly as shit and completely incomplete. So, on that side there was a little house thing, but one of our members destroyed it. And on this side there's going to be a big boat that you're going to be arriving on. It's going to look cool, but for now that's not there. So let's walk on the end of this dock, and now you have this extremely horrible little spawn town thing. It's meant to look horrible. Well, not meant to look horrible, but it's meant to be simple, because let's just say our big spawn is not simple. It confuses people. So here's a little boat thing, dock. The rules in here, not many rules on our server, we're pretty lenient. Here's some tips and tricks. So like if it's only illegal if you're caught and stuff, so you can like bypass the rules sometimes, but don't let us know about it. Okay, so if you walk out this area from this terrible spawn that took me seconds to show you, then you can build whatever the hell you want. You can go in that forest and have a blast. Okay, so now that I've shown you that, I'm going to show you our current spawn. Alright, this is the cool part of the server. So, this is the exact same boat that was over at the other place. And there's going to be kind of a warp system there, so it looks like you're riding on the same boat. But we don't have that for now. So, if you look around, it's a pretty sick looking town if it would load, but yeah. So here's a lighthouse. It's a working lighthouse with redstone in it. I'll go show you that. It is pretty cool, but pretty basic, and I think it's one of the first things I built on the server. So yeah, it's off right now because whenever like someone relogs or something, it breaks. It's a pain, but it works. Here's a little bridge and some towers. That is going to be remade. It is not the best. This one's kind of cool. And here's the first building in the town. It's a little restaurant I made. Not too fancy, but it's something. But yeah, here's a house I tried to make. That didn't work out. And yeah, pretty much the rest of the buildings is a guy called FPS Russian that made it. No, not FPS Russia, but FPS Russian. Okay? Don't get him confused. But yeah, he makes pretty amazing buildings here. You have those. And lots of nice terraforming going on and stuff. So let's take a walk, because my flying around and hyperactiveness is probably getting on your nerves. I didn't make that boat, by the way. That's why it has a big tumor on the back. So, let's go land here. Okay, so you can walk this way, which goes down to the shipyard if you keep going straight. So, over here through the nice trees, there's Aerospeed's house. Pretty nice house. Big mansion. Right, here's a shipyard. You have an incomplete ship in here. You have this gate thing. I put a lot of effort into this, but I think I like it. And yeah, I put stairs so that that doesn't connect, so it looks like it slides. And this would go down, allowing water to flow in and this boat to float over it. So it's Minecraft, so that doesn't work, but you get the point. So here's a gigantic crane. It's made out of wood, and it's hauling a piece of ship that looks like a giant Lego block into that thing. And here you have the construction yard. This is where you have big logs. This thing is to saw the logs in half. You have the pile of sawed logs there, and they bring them over to here where they saw them into planks. It doesn't really look like that. That just looks like a thing, but I find that that's the closest thing I got. And they make the pieces of floor with the planks, as you can see. Should probably add some other random planks. Okay, and here's an incomplete mast right here that got snowed on because I don't know how to change biomes. And alright, let's go visit the boat. Okay, I didn't make this. It was a person called MRC. They were on the server for a week. And it's a pretty nice boat, despite the kind of tumoury thing at the back. But see, nice sails, triple sail thing. I usually only make one, but that's because I'm not that good with boats. See the nice hull, nice paintings. So, oh, there's a nice view. Okay, so here's a statue of one of our members. She made that there when this was all land, and I didn't really have the heart to destroy it, so I turned it into a kind of memorial thing. Haven't seen her on the server in forever, but who cares? Looks nice. It's a nice little statue, and it's kind of like the Statue of Liberty. So, if you look around, here's a little well. This is going to be a building here, but right now it's a vacant lot. This is a little tower. Here's a canal, which took me a goddamn eternity to dig, especially considering that at some point the server crashed and I lost a whole goddamn canal because I didn't know how to force save. But yeah, okay. So there's that little diagonal bridge. I'll show you that area in a second. Okay. So let's go to the more downtown cluttered part of the place. Okay. So this is why it's confusing, because people don't know which direction to go once they get on the server. So down here it's kind of like a little loading dock. You can see there's moss from like water sloshing in over the sides. It's pretty nice. Here's a little cart. Doesn't look like a cart at all, but who cares? Piles of stone, logs, nice walls, a little bridge over a sewer that we're building. That's part of a kind of a side adventure. Don't tell anyone. But okay, you can go over here, little park. Planning on destroying that building I showed you earlier. My bad building. Here's a little alleyway. It goes down to the ground. Here's a liquor storage, and these I find look like big barrels, ale and stuff. So yeah, nice little area here. There's tunnels. This one just leads back to the loading dock. That one leads to the shipyard. This is a bathroom. Sink is broken because you're not allowed to put water in staircases yet. But yeah, little bridge up here. Very downtowny. This is a memorial to a gigantic fire that destroyed all of Spawn before we knew how protection works. So yeah, fireplaces aren't really supposed to be made out of wood, apparently. Okay, this was one of the first buildings put here too, but it wasn't very pretty, so FPS remade it and connected this one little section of building to this thing, so now it looks goddamn amazing. He's a friggin' genius in this building style. And if you go over here, that's a park, by the way. It's kind of like one of those natural things. There's no trails or anything. Houses are mostly empty like this because we want to kind of give them to players so they can decorate the insides themselves, mostly because we're lazy. There's a nice little outside area. I like it. I made it. People say I should destroy the arches, but I find they look kind of cool. Down here is an apothecary. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Not the coolest thing in the world, but it's nice. Even a little living quarters down here. And a painting glitch. So yeah, I quite like this. And this place, oh yeah, there's a chest right, goddamn, there's a chest right here with a book inside, a apothecary's log. It says made by Miner 86, but shh. So yeah, that's part of another side quest. There's going to be a bunch of side quests on this server once we're done. It's going to be cool. Here I'm planning on having someone convert this into a restaurant so that this terrace area has a purpose. But yeah, little archway. Okay, let's go up here. So you have a nice little tower there, and this bridge is in diagonal because I don't like straight lines. So, like, if you walk on it, it looks kind of sketchy, but it's like if you look at it from afar, it actually looks pretty nice, considering it's in a diagonal. I also like that underside. Whoops. Okay. I like that underside part right there. It's nice. Okay, let's get back on the bridge. Okay, so here's a house. It's a two-story house, but it's kind of like a duplex, so the top floor can be someone's place, as can the bottom floor, which is a little more complicated to get to. You have to go up before you can go down. Okay, so you go up here. There's this nice little wooden thing. I don't know what it's for, but it looks pretty. You go down here, this really cool looking area. That leads to another house. That's part of a side quest. There's a ton of side quests that I'm planning. None of them are complete at all. But, okay, here's the bottom of this little house. You can access it through here. Nothing special at all. But, yeah. It's just like the other ones. It's very pretty. I didn't make it. FPS made it. He's better at me. He's better than me at that. Okay. Here's another house. It's kind of leaning. I don't know what this is about, but whoever we sell this to will sell it for cheap. And yeah, so you keep going. Like if you go through that tunnel over there, here I'll go with you guys. It's going to be really dark, so you will not see anything probably, but that's okay because I know where we're going. Alright, so you pop out here into this little area, and then, oh my god, that stupid watch. Okay, you pop into this little house. And, yeah, that's pretty. And then there's going to be like an old woman, if we get NPCs, who's going to tell you you need to get something from that tower. But there's no road up to the tower, because it's overgrown with goddamn trees. So you're going to have to do some little parkour stunts to get up there. But it's possible. There's 2 ways to do it. So you're fine. You just gotta be clever. Okay, so let's get back into the town. Very pretty. This used to be a straight line, but I really didn't like that, so I told the person who made it to make it curvy. It worked out quite nicely. Here's the Church of the Holy Gospel. This was when I was very tired that I made this. So as you can see, it's horrible. It's goddamn ugly. It looks like a satanic church. And oh, a little donation box, and no one's giving anything because everyone are assholes. Okay, a little fountain. Here's a village thing. Yeah, it's a sign, and I don't know why it points village that way. We're in the whole goddamn village here. Another house. Lamp posts. I'm gonna make those prettier. So this is kind of a town square. It's full of trees and everything. We're gonna add like more chairs and tables, and these are vendor stalls. So you can see some over here. And look, this one's complete. It's got everything in it. And I left the grass here because it's supposed to look like a temporary spot. It's kind of like a drink station. That's why there's the brewing thing. And here you have some tables. And there was probably a tree planted right there, but someone got lazy. And oh, the mirror house. This was FPS's first house on the server, and it did not turn out to be that pretty. But we found a use for it, and now it looks kind of cool. Okay, there's this little blacksmithing area, but look, see this area? Very devoid. But oh my god, it's the same thing under it. And I won't reveal the secret of how that works. So, there's a fountain in the middle. There's a wooden fountain. I don't know why. Okay, let's get out of this. Okay, another house right here. This is one of the cooler ones. And another house. This one's really cool because you get into it, and it's kind of like it's got a wall around it. It's kind of like a town militia building, as you can see by the things here. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. And by the way, most of this stuff was built on default. Don't get tricked by my texture pack. So if you actually were to play on default on this server, most of the stuff would still look nice. Yeah, I won't give you a tour of this full house because it's big. Yeah, there's a bunch of houses everywhere. This one has an awning, so that looks cool. Nice little building. Oh yeah, and we have an autosave plugin, so yeah, if the server crashes, it automatically saves the server, which means we never lose anything. It's great. Little fountain, more buildings, and here's the end of the town. It's a little wall, and yeah, I'm gonna try to not show you what's behind that wall. It's mostly ugliness and stuff that isn't built, but yeah, that's the end of the canal. Canal's probably gonna end up being in a big lake. Okay, so that's this area. Now let's follow this road to the farm area. Okay, so you can see that the road changes here and gets narrower. And waterfall, kind of nice little canal to divert the water, because that's actually a natural waterfall. It's just that it was flowing that way. I didn't like it because that was going to be a road, so I changed it. And yeah, here's a little farm, and pigs trampled everything. I hate them. They need to goddamn die. A nice little willow tree FPS made. He's pretty good with those, with the bark on all sides of the wood. And yeah, canal ends at this little thing. I like this thing. It looks cool. It doesn't serve any purpose, but like, I don't know, maybe it stops children from falling down the thing. But yeah, here's a hole. There's the bottom of a well. You can see the bucket. And alright, let's go see the well before we see the house. So go down here. This little well has a chain going down. And yeah, it's pretty nice. So okay, let's go into the actual house. So this is what the front of it looks like. Pretty nice. I didn't use wool for this one because I just built this one, and it's like, I think one of my first ones in 1.6.2 since they added stained clay. So yeah, this is, I think, my best house up to now, because I don't know, my old houses were kind of terrible. I inspired myself from like Jamesy Boy and FPS's buildings, and now it's looking pretty cool. Here's a kind of cellar thing. It's stone the whole way around, so it's cooler in here. You can see hay bales, melons, pumpkins, even though we only grow wheat here. And staircase up top. The top is kind of spacious. That's a chimney. I'm gonna need to make that pretty at some point. Windows really tall here, but you can see out of the other ones. Nice view on a desert. That's just admins screwing around. And trees and trees and more trees. But yeah, I'm still decorating here. So that's pretty much the end of spawn. Eventually this is gonna span out to be a big farm area. There's not gonna be just one. There's probably gonna be like 5, 6, maybe more. Oh, actually, one last thing I forgot to show you. Let's go see it. And we're gonna go kind of slowly because I don't know how to change my speed in creative. Yeah. Okay, more buildings there, by the way. It's pretty much the same as all the other ones. Okay, so this road here, this basin here, lagoon, I don't know what you want to call it what you want, but this is going to change. I'm going to probably fill in a lot of this with dirt and sand, trying to make it look natural. And going to be the road's going to continue around here. There's going to be more mountains on this side. It's going to snake through here, past what used to be one guy's terrible, ugly house. We're going to cover that up. And through this swamp. And eventually, it's going to arrive at FPS's castle. So as you can see, it's a nice castle. He made this a while back, actually. We just added it to this server recently through schematics. But here you have a little statue guy with a kind of spear, I guess. It looks really cool, actually. I don't know where he inspired himself with this. I really like it. Okay, so the wall. Very nice, very nice. Let's go inside. And nice, yeah. Like most of our buildings, the inside is completely devoid of anything because we are very lazy. So here's trebuchets and big tower, cannons, lots of nice stuff, and an ugly, naturally spawning village. So we're gonna break that with TNT. But hey, the rest of this is pretty cool. Look, he even made the flags go in the right direction, so it looks like the wind is coming from one area, instead of some people that have their flags going any which direction they want, which I find kind of funny. Okay, so I guess that concludes this video. And if you enjoyed all of this pain, I'd say, because this was my first video, probably not that good. If you suffered through this video, then you might want to give it a like. I won't ask you to give it a favorite, because let's face it, this is not going to be your favorite video. But you can subscribe, I'll add more stuff. And also, if you want to look at my other videos, I strongly suggest you not to, because I'm like the herpes of YouTube. Those other videos are going to give you cancer. So, see ya!